of all, thank you for joining me today, tonight. If you don't know me, my name is Arjun Akar. I'm the co-founder of Center, and I really can't thank you enough for all your effort. I'm just going to mute you all, guys. Just 1 second. Okay, great. I really hope everyone is safe, and I can't thank you enough for all the effort that you're doing to support. And we're always here to support you in your tutoring journey. With what's happening, everywhere in the world, we want to support you as a partner, as a tutor, and ensure that you keep on making money while staying at home, and to ensure that you still assist your student. That's why we built an online tutoring platform just for you and your students, and you can use it for free. So let me walk you through now the demo. Now I will stop sharing my video. I'm going to share my screen. I hope you can all see it. Just give me a second to walk you through the functionalities. So this is my screen, what you see right now. As you can see here, we have 17 participants. You've noticed this red button here is a red dot is actually because I'm recording the session, and this you can do it as well, which is great. So let's assume you have some internet problems with your student, you record it, you send it to him, and he can see it again and again. Now I can see all the participants. I can see who's muted, not muted, using the camera, and I have full control over all my students, which is very important for the tutor. You can mute them all, or like I did, or you can unmute them in a tap of a button. Or let's assume I want to Mario Saad unmute him. I just click here and I unmute him, and it's done. Okay, another thing is from your end, I'm not sure if you see it. I want to see whomever can raise his hand. And this is a way, especially when you're teaching a class, it's a way for you to raise your hand. There is a way for you to raise your hand. So let me, if you can do it, because you should do it. Yeah, I see Yasmin, Elvira. And what I could do is, let's assume, Yasmin, I answered your question. I will lower your hand. And this is important for the teacher to know if anyone has a question. And also you can write your questions here using the chat bar, the chat room. And also what's great, you can lock your room. So let's assume you have all the participants here. You don't want anyone else to enter the session. You can lock the meeting. As well, here, if you see, this is where you manage your participant, and I can close it as well. I close that. So when you click on it, you can invite someone. You can share your screen like I just did it. You can record, stop recording. You can start any video, and this is when you want to mute yourself. Now, any point, I'm going to give you some technical tips that are quite important. So if you feel that the internet is not good, whether your student's internet or your internet, immediately you stop sharing your screen, because this consumes a lot of internet. You ask your student or yourself as well to remove the video in case you feel as well that you have an internet connection. Now you might tell me, okay, if I'm going to stop my screen, how can I teach? Like, it's almost impossible. That's why we created an in-house whiteboard where you see here the icon, the board, you can see it as well from your end. You click on it, and now I can see my whiteboard. And this does not need, you don't need to share your screen. So I'm going to stop sharing right now. Okay, immediately. And even when I stop sharing, you can still see it. And this is great because it doesn't consume a lot of bandwidth, internet, and it still works fine. Okay, I erased it now. I just wanted to show you that the functionalities. Let me go back to sharing my screen because you don't see the full functionality since you're a tutor. Please feel free at any point in time, to unmute yourself, to ask any questions, or to type in the chat, in the chat room. Something interesting in the chat room, also I forgot to mention, you see this right here, everyone? I can send something only to Adil or to Yasmin or to Eli, privately. So let's assume I send it privately to Yasmin. Hello, she will receive it. This is very good when you have also several students in one classroom. Now, let's go back to the whiteboard. So again, you can see, you can upload any document. You can upload a picture, the PDF, a PowerPoint. What's great is that I can write on it. I can write also on here. I can use my marker as well to, you know, mark this, and I can change the color right here. I can erase anything I want. Or if you want, in a tap of a button, I can, if I click on the trash, it's done. Everything's gone. I can also type, hello, my name, and you can automatically see it. I don't need to share my screen for you to see it. And what's great, now I disabled it, but now let's assume I'm asking you, let's say, solve this equation. Now we have a feature right here that allows any one of you to interact with me. So let's assume Mario can jump in and write something there. So that's how we're making it interactive for you guys. Now let me go back to my camera just for you to see me. I think, okay. Elvira is asking a question. The link to the platform was sent to us by email. Not, I sent it not by email. We send it through the app on the chat. Now, let me walk you. I'm going to ask you a couple of questions to make it a bit interactive. What do you think, the advantages of using our platform over any other platform? I'm going to start with a few, and please, if I missed anything, let me know. One, everything is on one screen. So let's, I mean, everything is through the platform, the booking process, the whiteboard, the audio, hosting a class, uploading anything, chatting with your student. You have a support team at any point in time. It's not like Zoom or Google Hangout, you cannot reach them. You can request any new functionality. We're going to do it. This is for you guys. We're doing it for our community. And something very important, students, tutors forget about it. How you're going to receive your payments. You want to make money while staying at home. How will the student pay you? Us through Syncers, you have the credit card option. And we send everything every, you know, Friday or Monday to your account seamlessly. So this is also another way for you to be paid. Everything is integrated within one platform. And I think this is quite powerful and important for you guys. And guess what? It's free of charge. Now, the trick with other platforms, now it's free and then they will charge you, of course, and you don't have everything like the payment, the booking, and all of these, all in one platform. So what I'm trying to say here, we're developing this for you guys because we care about you. We want you to keep on making money while staying at home. It's very important for our economy. And also it's important for learners to keep on learning. They need you guys. And of course, with the complete lockdown, this is the only way for you to entice them to keep on learning. And we have a promo code that you can give to your students, and even we have because we're doing a training every day. So on Monday, I had a training with 50 teachers from Lebanon as well. They were saying, we're thinking of giving 1 hour for free online, because anyway, it's our first session. Let them try it. They will love it. They will keep on booking on the platform. And other also are reducing their price because there is no transportation cost as well. So this is out of their goodwill. And you want to entice them and you want to keep on working, that's a solution. Do you have any questions before I proceed? I have some questions. So basically there is someone asking me, who asked me, so basically if I have students outside of Syncers, how do we do? So you tell them to sign up on Syncers, you give them the promo code. So this will allow them to have, you know, $10 off their session, and also they can use it normally, the whiteboard, everything, just by paying, you know, your hourly rate. This is how it works. And of course, they need to use their credit card or debit card for you to get your money, of course. Now, what do I do? They asked me a question. What do I do if I have a weak internet connection? Again, just to repeat, I'm going to take you back to the whiteboard. I don't know if you see it. Let me write it. So what do I do? So basically, you disable your camera and ask your student to disable it, or you stop sharing your screen and only use the whiteboard like I'm doing it right now. Clear? What do I do if I have any technical issues? So let's assume beyond this, I don't know, like for example, right now we're assisting a couple of tutors for some reason, they cannot get in. So you contact Syncers team, we're available 24/7 at info@syncers.com or 700305113, you know that number, and we assist your students. So don't be scared. We have also the power, if you want, just we're doing this for you guys and your students to enter any session and to control and help your student in case they have technical issues only. Otherwise, we cannot get in. If you allow us to get in, we'll get in. But this is only a way to ensure that you have a smooth online teaching experience. And we're here to support you at any point in time. So the number, I typed it. I don't know if you see it. If you click on the icon where there is the board, you're going to see the number. So it's 700305113. I'm going to type it here as well. Going back, how to ensure actually that the online session is running smoothly. So basically, go to the whiteboard and I'm going to give you a couple of tips. So number one, as I've mentioned, use Chrome, not Safari or Explorer. I know some of you are using it maybe probably right now and it's working fine, but it's not the best, and we tried because we did a lot of testing on that. The best is Chrome. Use your laptop. It's definitely, you can use your iPad or your tablet, but I advise you to use the laptop. It's not yet, unfortunately, on any of the, we don't have it on the iOS or the Android yet. We're going to integrate it, but anyway, I don't think you'll feel at ease to teach on a small phone. Of course, have a good internet. Set up your environment. Always my advice to you, please make sure to set up your internet, your environment. Get into the session. You can enter your session 2 hours before. So you can set up your PowerPoint and everything like I did right now. I was prepared, I was ahead of time. It's important because you don't want your student to wait for you. And then it's a tip, constantly ask questions to your student to ensure that they're following. So right now, I would like to ask you any questions just to ensure that you're following me. So I have a couple of questions. Tamer, can someone pay through OMT or money transfer? Definitely they can, but again, the virus is, honestly, we shouldn't leave our home. And I'm telling you this, the government, everyone, it's very important. OMT, you're seeing people, you're touching money. Why go through the hassle? In general, Tamer, definitely we used to get money through OMT, but it's not the best solution during these tough times. And OMT is closed according to Elvira. What about packages? Does online courses enter in that? Yeah, definitely, Elite, to answer your question. So if let's assume you have a package with a specific client, definitely you can use also with online courses. And we already have, do you know that we have 50 online classes on Syncers almost every day? And sometimes we have 5 to 6 classes running at the same time. So our teachers have already started. And those, our clients who bought a package already, they paid us the money, we paid you the money, so they need to continue these classes and they're doing it online. Joe is asking how much data a one-on-one our lesson will take. It's a very good question. It doesn't consume a lot of data if actually you use the whiteboard like I'm doing it right now without sharing your screen. Sharing your screen consumes a lot of data. I'm proud to announce, because we're the only platform in the MENA region, I'm not talking about Zoom and the Hangouts and stuff. So we're going to do something with Alpha and MTC, and it's going to be announced soon. So you might use Thinkers for free. No data will be used. We'll inform you soon. So also that's an advantage for you guys. Imagine your students, your tutors, everyone around Lebanon would be using Thinkers for free. We won't take any gigabytes from you. So that's very crucial as well. We will announce it when it's going to happen. Any other questions? Everyone's hearing me clearly, all the participants, the 20 participants? Awesome. Okay, perfect. Other than that, I would like to ask you, and please, to make it a bit more interactive so that I'm not the only one talking here, I want to ask you, before also I give you my advice, because we already received lots of feedback from teachers already giving online sessions. How do you think online is different than offline? If you want to give some tips and tricks to other teachers, please jump in. So Abdel Hasib is saying interaction mainly. Abdel Hasib, can you unmute yourself and explain, how do you think, what kind of interaction, how is offline different than online? What kind of interaction?
Not unmute myself. You have to unmute. Okay, great. You can hear me, guys.
Perfectly.
Actually, I'm in a private school in Dubai now, and we're using Microsoft Teams. Okay, and we have a lot of students. It's very challenging, and the program is way more elaborate and complicated than this. The interaction actually is very useful. When you are interacting with your students, you're hearing their questions and you're answering them on the spot. It's very, very useful, and it makes the session very fruitful and successful. So I think it's the future of learning already. I know the circumstances have moved us or forced us to do this, but I think it's the future of learning. It's terrific, amazing, providing that, of course, the internet is really good, or let's say reasonable, good from your side and from the side of the students. It's a very enlightening experience.
Thank you so much for sharing this. Now, Tamir, you can jump in.
Hello, everyone. I think learning from home could be more comfortable for the students, because anyone will feel at ease and in their own premises. So I think pursuing or taking an online course or session will be very beneficial for the student. Thank you.
Thank you, Tamir. Anyone else would like to say anything about online and their experience? I guess, if I'm not mistaken, Nabil, right? Nabil, you had some interesting experience. I guess your school as well is using an online tool. How is it going so far? And what do you think are the challenges that you're facing? And what are some tips that you could give to other teachers? I'm not sure if Nabil is hearing me, but I know Nabil first, his school is already using online learning. But in the meantime, by the time he jumps in, maybe I need to unmute him. So Nabil, can you hear me? Okay, he's not able to talk. Okay, if you can type something, if you can inform us or send your tips, tricks to other through the chat, it would be awesome. I would like to share with you a couple of tips actually. What I've noticed is, number one, it's very important to have a creative interactive presentation on PowerPoint, or for example on anything that you'd like to use, but it's important to make it visually appealing. And second, you cannot have a lecture online. It's impossible. You have to have short, simple sentences. You have to ensure that even in the text that you have a clear heading, you colored it, there is a clear contrast, that also they're able, so that they would be able to follow. Now, the most important thing is to divide your text in chunks. If let's say you're writing it on a whiteboard, and keep it short and simple so that they would be able to follow. The most important point is to ensure that you constantly interact with your student. Now you pause, you ask a couple of questions, and for example, I can say, okay, you know, to engage you, Enyo, what do you think? Jennifer, what do you think? Are you hearing me properly? Tamer, so that to ensure that you guys are with me, and I'm gonna, for instance, unmute you. I'm gonna unmute Jennifer randomly. Jennifer, are you able to follow? Everything's clear?
Yes, yes.
Awesome. So you see, this is a way, a tool. Now, I'm talking more when you have a class, but even when it's one-on-one, it's very important that, you know, you pause, ask questions, because maybe the student is shy and you cannot tell always. It's not like in person. You don't see always their reaction. So it's important to pause and ask questions and to test them. So what do you think, for example, you mentioned something, this is how we add that and that. Can you repeat what I say, for instance? This is a way for you to know that they're following. Now, you have to focus on active learning. So using video, audio, moving to, for example, sharing your screen, stop, pause, go back to the camera, talk one-on-one. Just, you have to try to use different things to ensure that they are not bored, because otherwise you can get bored very easily. I hope you're not right now, because I'm using the same, you know, the same way of saying things, but it's short and sweet anyway, our training. And also it's important to provide ongoing feedback to the student. And once you're done with the lesson, my advice to you, give them a homework. And then the next day, test them and see if they were really following or not. Homework, assignments are the best thing. Adel Hasib, you want to share your experience again? I'm going to definitely allow you to do that immediately.
Just for a moment. Yes, as I told you, I've been teaching online sessions using Microsoft Teams, and some teachers committed the mistakes of being all the time on the camera. So the students are seeing the teacher all the time. I mean, I'm not talking about you, I'm talking about, you know, with students. And it becomes boring for them. So as you said, you need to put a PowerPoint, ask a question, video, take them back to your screen, etc. Just change the pace so that they don't feel bored. It's a very excellent experience, I think.
I agree with you 100%, and I had a meeting with the board of the top universities, AUB, AUD, US as well, because you all know we're present in the UAE. They told me something, and this is really true. It's not about, people complain online is not good, online. Who's behind the online is the teacher. We have to give a lot of credit to the teacher, because not everyone can do it. You have to really be very passionate, be a good communicator, ensure that you entertain your students, because in person is different, it's easier. Online, it's much tougher, but if you have the right skills, you can nail it and make it as interactive as in person. So I strongly advise you to try more. If the teacher is, okay, I won't read that comment, but yeah, maybe. So basically, providing ongoing feedback as well. I don't know if some of you, the teacher, for example, Abdel Hasib, also, if you tried this and it worked, encourage them to take notes and to be proactive. So let's say, write this down right now. so that also you feel that they're doing something and it's not just a lecture. This could help a lot. Any questions so far? I'm happy that some of you are already familiar with the online, because I think, you're giving some tips and tricks to other tutors and teachers. And something I would like to ask you also, another question. Have you, I'm talking here more private tutoring more than schools in general. Do you feel the students are more reluctant to take private tutoring courses online because already everything is happening online? Or also, are you feel they're reluctant because it's something new to them? Do you feel that? I will unmute you, maybe Abdul Hasib, if you want to talk. I would like to hear as well.
Yeah, I think they're reluctant for now because it's new to them. But as they get used to it, they're gonna enjoy it. They're gonna like it definitely, whether it's a classroom or it's just private tuition.
Awesome. Okay, perfect. Anyone else would like to jump in? So someone asked me a question: can we upload a PowerPoint presentation? How many documents can we upload per session? Definitely you can do it. Let me share again my screen to show you how to do it. So in here, because this is the palette that you could see as a tutor, you go back to this, to this whiteboard, and a tap of a button, by the way, I can delete everything. I can upload here a PowerPoint, a PDF, and then you're gonna see you have several pages. So it will appear and you can upload as many documents as you want, as long, of course, as your internet is great. I hope it answered your question. So Elvira, tutoring individuals, what do you mean? You mean for one-on-one, your question? I'm going to unmute you so that you can explain more what you mean by this. Okay, go ahead, Elvira.
I just mean that people who are being tutored need to maybe take an online session as well, like we are taking one, because to be familiar with the system as well. That's my question. That's what I meant.
Sorry, what you meant is that the learner would be trained?
Yes, or at least have a set of guidelines to know how to go through this, because we don't understand how this is going, because not everyone is going through online tutoring. So maybe the children or the learners can do that as well.
Yeah, definitely. So what we're doing is actually we're recording this training and sending it to everyone, our teachers and our students. And the most important is actually to train our teachers, because I feel they are the one always assisting the learner. So in case they have any issues, you can walk them through, and mainly you will be the one guiding the session. So you have access to all the tools and everything, and you're the moderator, sort of speaking like I'm doing right now. So that's why it's very important to train first the teachers, and I agree with you, for the learners as well to be familiar with it. So we're sending something shortly to all our, our students. So Tamer, I think offering a free session could do the trick. I agree 100%, and it's working. I know a tutor already is doing this for SAT, because as you know, the SAT exam has been postponed. So it has been working really well. We have a couple of tutors doing it already. I agree, offering a session makes a difference. Now, Eli, I will definitely unmute you. So you can
That's for the dashboard. How much can the student? What can he do on it? Can you allow me to write so I can see? He can write, type, upload something, or? So
actually, Eli, you can actually, as a student, currently, I disabled it, but I will send you. I don't know if you see it now. I will show you 1 second. Let me show you. I will share my screen again. So do you see that button?
Yeah, he had everything up from this.
This once I click on it, I allow any one of you guys to interact and use the whiteboard.
Okay,
So
we'll have all the
this is-
settings up.
Yes, so
Oh,
in
okay,
this
okay.
case, whatever you see here as a tutor, he's gonna see it as well.
Okay. And the last thing, in Zoom, there is a limit of time where we have only 14 minutes of free time. With Syncers, it's different, right?
Here you can use it. Here you can use it 8 hours a day, all day long for free.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Because us, just to let you know, we're paying everything on your behalf. So nothing is free. All the hostage, also the bandwidth, using all third parties. We bought licenses, etc. So you don't have to worry about this.
Thank you.
My pleasure. Any other questions? Would you like to share anything as well? Was everything clear? Would you like to ask a question about Syncers in general, about the platform, or about online sessions in general, or how to approach your students to entice them to try online sessions? I'm more than happy to answer all of your questions. I'm not sure if all of you guys are on our Facebook group, but you have Syncers Tutors Lebanon and Syncers Tutors UAE, where we share, it's a community for you guys to share tips, tricks, and also us there. We actually post important articles. Also, we give you tips, tricks. We announce a job. So for example, if we want to hire someone internally, or if there is a student who needs an online tutoring session, we also post there. Sometimes when they need the students' last minute things, we post it there. And so I was wondering if there is anything we could support you with, or if you'd like to have anything there that we're not posting, let me know. Anyone has an idea of what you'd like to have in our community or Facebook group that you'd like to know about? Dalia, Ryan, Enyo, anyone? Yara, Lola. I'm gonna unmute some of you just for you. I'm gonna unmute you all. So in case like that. Okay, awesome. So anyone would like to say anything? Was everything here so far? So you're asking any if the students could upload their courses. Yeah, definitely. So currently what could be done, they can upload it on the whiteboard, and also we added something on the app where they can send it to you through the app. So what you were suggesting, was it on the whiteboard?
I don't know if you hear me.
Yes.
I'm using it now on my iPad, so I can't seem to figure out how to use every option. I'm just asking if it wasn't available.
Yeah. So actually, as a student, as I said, I locked it right now. But you have the you can do anything I'm doing currently right now, and you have also the luxury to stop, because usually, especially as a teacher, and we give this to schools, you know, you want to control your students.
Okay.
Anything else? I hope it was helpful, and I hope you're going to be using this tool. So in case I don't have a whiteboard, can I upload a PDF course instead to explain? The whiteboard, Ryan, just to explain, is there. You don't need to have it. It's within the tool. It's not a whiteboard that I have. It's a whiteboard done by the software. So it's there. And you don't need to have one, but also you can upload a PDF definitely in order to explain it. So you have both.
Sorry, can I ask a question, please?
Yes, of course.
I did not watch the video from the beginning. How do I initiate a session?
Okay, so to explain the full thing. So a student, like you're familiar, books a session with you, right? They book a session. Before, you used to share the location. Now you don't need to share the location. You and the student will get a link, like I sent you a link on the chat. You will receive it and the student will receive it, okay? This link, you click on it, you go to your desktop using Google Chrome, and automatically you enter using your Synchronous credential. And you're in the session, you start session, and that's it. Like you did right now to join the session.
Okay, thank you.
My pleasure. By the way, Eli asked me to, if I can mute him, but you can just know that you can mute yourself, but if I mute you, you cannot unmute yourself. So now anyone has a, you can mute and unmute, you can do it. Is it allowed for two students to join a meeting together? Of course, and we already have sessions. So for example, at the American University of Beirut, we have sessions of 10 people happening at the same time during one session, like we're doing it right now. So definitely they can ask like it was before, we have the group session functionality on the app. So basically you can share, they can share the link for the session, the other student will join and they can join like you did, like you all did. It's one common link to the same session for the tutor and for all the students who joined the same session. Okay, Joe, thank you so much. I hope it was clear. If anyone has any other questions, please let me know. You can talk, unmute yourself. Nabil, I would love if you later on, if you could catch up and to know how is it going with your tool in the school. That would be great. Okay, so Eli, go ahead.
Okay, I couldn't unmute myself before. Anyways, the question is, if my student has already a package with me, but for regular courses, how can he initiate an online course without booking a new session or to stay within the package?
Yeah, so now now you have to book a session, but with the new package, like now if someone buys a new package, they don't need anymore. They have to book anyways. We're gonna explain to you the full package feature. We're launching a new package feature that is because of we listen to the tutor, and we're not unifying the price of the package anymore. It's based on your rate. So it's the same discount applied, but based on your rate. It's not like a rate standardized to all the tutors for the packages. But with the new package feature, the student will have to book anyways a session. And so by default, they will have the link.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
My question was
you.
similar.
Yeah. Yes, Dalia.
Hi.
Hi, Dalia.
Hi. To this question, and I gave a session online. Will it be uploaded as a session and get a report?
Sorry, Dalia, I can hear you, but I mean, if you can speak loudly, it would be great. Louder.
Okay, I'm saying that if I already have a package with an old student and we did the online session, should I submit a report for my
Yes,
teacher?
definitely. You submit like the in person. So Dalia, how a lot of tutors already have packages, and what they're doing with the online sessions, they're booking the student, and you can coordinate with Aya. So everything runs smoothly on the student side. Once you're done with the session as a tutor, even though it's an online session, you have to submit the report.
Okay, I have also another question. I did a session using Zoom without the Thinkers platform. Would it be accounted as a session and I can upload the report?
Definitely. As long, the thing is, the point of the report is to say that you're done with your session, and in order to reduce the credit from the student side and to credit the tutor, the student. So you have always to submit a report once you're done with any online session and any offline session. This is the only way we could know to be able to pay you.
Yeah.
So Ryan, how can we do a tutorial online session alone in order to try it ourselves? So basically, once you have an online session, let's assume you have an online session in 2 hours. You can join the session 2 hours or an hour before, and to try it, you can try all the functionalities, and you can do a tutorial, and you can train. Is the session automatically recorded? No, it's not automatically recorded. You should initiate it using the button start recording, and then you stop recording once you're done. You have to ensure to click on stop recording and saving it, and automatically it will be sent to your email, and you can send it to your student. Do you all have, by the way, the promo code for the students to entice them to try? Did you receive it? Okay, great. Awesome. Perfect. And so again, just to remember, we're here to support you. You can onboard any students that you have outside of Thinkers to try our platform, or your current students, if you want to keep on making money, since you cannot see them, push them to book you online. And the promo code could help a lot. And also sending the demo, showing them the demo to show them how easy and interactive it is, can also convince the parents. This is very important. So can you send an advertisement for the students about the online? Definitely, I can send actually a snapshot of, I will send you anyway the full recording of the session, and so that you can share it with the student. I hope it was beneficial, and thank you so much everyone for joining. If you have any other questions, you have our number. You can WhatsApp us. I'm gonna again share the number. Please feel free. And we're always ready to help you. If you need, with time, if you feel that we can improve our online teaching platform, especially Abdel Hasib, since you try it a lot, we would love to hear your feedback. Thank you so much, everyone. It was a real pleasure meeting you all. And thank you for joining. Have a great evening and stay safe, everyone. Bye.